In a world where our celestial companion has silently guided us through the aeons, imagine a future where its familiar presence is suddenly snuffed out. Brace yourselves for a mind-bending journey as we delve into the astonishing realm of what Earth would be like without the moon. Welcome to a world without the moon, where the fabric of our existence hangs in the balance. The moon has been an intrinsic part of human culture from its beginnings. Since the first humans began to make art in caves, the moon was already a special element of their paintings. And it sure is still special for us today. As our closest cosmic companion, humans have shared millennia of evolution with the moon in many ways. We are about to see that everything that makes the Earth special could be lost in the absence of such a dusty rock orbiting us. Here are 10 things that would happen if there was no moon. 1. Earth's seasons would become crazy. While the Earth revolves around the sun, it also rotates on its axis, which turns out to be tilted. Currently, the rotation axis of the Earth is inclined at about 23.4 degrees, a value that does not change during the year. As a result, in a certain part of the year, the northern hemisphere is more oriented toward the sun than the southern one is. 6 months later, when the Earth is on the opposite side of its orbit around the sun, the southern hemisphere is now the one facing toward the star. In this way, both hemispheres of the Earth receive different amounts of sunlight and heat according to the time of year in what we know as annual seasons. 2. The oceans would come down. Among the best-known effects that the moon produces on Earth are ocean tides. Together with the sun, the moon is responsible for increasing and decreasing the level of our seas several times a day. As the moon revolves around the Earth, the former's gravity pulls the oceans toward it, and thus high tides are created. In essence, the closer the moon is, the higher the tides. To get an idea of the power of the moon over the oceans, the maximum height difference between low and high tides can be as much as 16 meters, 52 feet. 3. Say goodbye to any other moon. Earth's gravitational pull influences the height at which our spacecraft orbit the planet. For this reason, some structures in low orbits, such as the International Space Station, must make periodic corrections in their course to avoid falling into Earth's atmosphere. However, there are points in space with a perfect balance between the gravity of the Earth and that of the moon. Anything within these points will remain relatively stationary concerning both celestial bodies. Neither the Earth nor the moon will be able to attract the object until it falls to any of its surfaces. These are the Lagrange points. 4. How about much shorter days? One of the things that makes our planet so habitable is its rotation time. Currently, Earth completes one revolution every 24 hours, specifically 23 hours and 56 minutes. This allows the planet to have a pleasant climate for life because all its surface has enough time to warm and cool according to the moment. But this was not always the case. Scientists are now convinced that Earth's days were much shorter millions of years ago. When the Earth and the Moon formed 4.5 billion years ago, the planet was spinning so fast that the day only lasted 4 horse 4. When dinosaurs roamed Earth, the day already lasted 23 hours. And on June 30, 2012, clocks around the world had to mark an extra second before 00 to keep pace with the longer days. 5. Forget about plate tectonics. By this point, we are already clear that the moon's gravity exerts great effects on the natural processes of the Earth. For example, we saw that the moon causes the ocean tides. But the moon is so powerful over our world that it also produces tides on solid ground, something we know as earth tides. Earth tides are fluctuations in the relative height of the Earth's crust at a daily frequency similar to that of ocean tides. As the moon constantly pulls the surface of the Earth, the ground beneath us can rise to 30 centimeters, 12 in, at a given time of day. This is due to the elasticity of the Earth's crust, which has fissures that allow large landmasses, the tectonic plates, to move. 6. We'd lose a shield against unwanted space rocks. Today, we know that the Earth is bombarded by small meteoroids at a higher frequency than previously thought. The number of meteoric impacts on our planet has tripled during the last 290 million years to the point that 33 tons of space debris fall to Earth every day. Due to their size, most of these rocks burn completely in the Earth's atmosphere. However, without the presence of the moon, the impact rate could be much higher, making the Earth a fairly hostile place. The moon is almost 3,500 kilometers, 2,175 miles, in diameter, about 27% of the Earth's diameter. Thanks to its large size, the moon has served as a protection for Earth in times of cosmic adversity. 7. No more moon, no more gold. Gold, platinum, palladium, iridium. These metallic elements have proved extremely valuable to our civilization. We have used them in all kinds of inventions, from cars and spaceships to electronics and jewelry. But again, it is likely that we would not have such materials without the moon. Why, to understand it, we must go a little deeper into the facts surrounding the formation of the moon. About 4.5 billion years ago, a rock the size of Mars, which scientists have called Theia, hit squarely against the hot, molten surface of early Earth. If the moon had never formed, the concentration of precious metals in the Earth's mantle would be much lower. It happens that metals like gold and platinum tend to be attracted to iron. On a molten planet like the Earth was at first, these metals would have sunk until they reached the iron core. They would have been trapped there forever once the core began to cool. 8. Earth's magnetic bubble would be switched off forever. Earth's magnetic field, ecamagnetosphere, is essential for the development of life on this planet. Such a magnetic bubble surrounds the Earth and constantly protects it from the solar wind, a flow of charged particles that come from the sun with the power to destroy our atmosphere. But the magnetosphere also protects us because it prevents life from being bombarded by harmful cosmic and solar radiation. The magnetosphere exists due to something known as the geodynamo, which is the rotating motion of the molten iron core of the Earth. Such a movement of the internal magnetic metals causes the magnetosphere to remain strong. 9. Warning: wild weather. If there were no moon, the weather patterns on Earth would go crazy. Of course, this assumes that the Earth still had an atmosphere. First, the destabilization of the Earth's axis due to the lack of the moon would cause extreme changes in global temperatures. As the poles would remain longer under the sun's heat, the surrounding oceans could reach a temperature of at least 47 degrees Celsius, 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, the areas at the equator would suffer from glaciation. 10. It would be a world devoid of intelligent life. Despite everything we've already discussed, we have not delved into the fact that complex life on Earth might not exist at all without a moon to take care of us. Without the moon, the Earth would have been hit by a greater number of large asteroids and planetary bodies. Under this scenario, life would have had a hard time trying to exist, which means a lower probability that living beings would have become more complex over time. As we conclude our thought-provoking expedition through the profound changes Earth would undergo without the presence of the moon, we are left in awe of the delicate dance between celestial bodies that shape our world. From the disruption of tides to the destabilization of Earth's axial tilt, these 10 transformative scenarios paint a vivid picture of a planet forever altered. If you found our video informative, kindly subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on our videos.